On behalf of the Board of Directors and the staff of Main Street Chillicothe, I would like to welcome you to our annual awards ceremony. I am Ed Robertson, President of Main Street Chillicothe Board of Directors and the owner of Robertson Insurance Services and the Robertson Insurance Gallery. Before the ceremony begins, it is only appropriate that we have a moment of prayer, which will be offered by Darren Chappell, Main Street Chillicothe Board Member and City Administrator for the City of Chillicothe.
Let's pray together. Our Father in heaven, we are thankful for this opportunity as a community to come together, even virtually, and to be able to recognize those individuals who've done such an important task of helping our community to continue to prosper economically, to provide services, jobs, opportunities for individuals throughout the community. And we're thankful for their spirit of entrepreneurialism and their dedication to the City of Chillicothe and the greater community round about us. We ask, Father, that we all might be encouraged and strengthened by their example, and that we all might look for ways to be able to come together and make Chillicothe the very best version of itself that we possibly can, knowing that we do all things for your glory and for your honor. Father, we ask all these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you, Darren. Because we cannot meet in person due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we decided to bring this ceremony to you through the art of video. Our thanks to Adam Mast of Mast Productions for helping us make this a special evening in which to honor the businesses and individuals who have given of their time, their talent, and finances to make Main Street Chillicothe what it is today. Thanks also to Lauhoff Jewelers for their constant support of Main Street Chillicothe and for sponsoring the awards plaques that are being presented this evening. Lauhoff's has sponsored our awards plaques for several years, and for that we say thank you to Darren and Angie Lauhoff. I would like to introduce our staff of Main Street Chillicothe. First, Executive Director Pam Jardy, and then Office Manager of the Chillicothe Development Corporation, Haley Heldenbrand. Main Street Chillicothe would be remiss if we did not recognize a group of individuals that give their time, talents, and finances in order to help us meet our goals and accomplish our mission and to continue as a nationally accredited Main Street program. It is my privilege to introduce the members of the Main Street Chillicothe Board of Directors. Mr. Ed Douglas is Vice President, and he's the Presiding Commissioner for Livingston County. Mr. Ed Milbank, our Secretary-Treasurer, is a business property owner and the owner of Milbank Mills. Mr. Steve Franke, Director, is the owner of Midwest Quality Gloves and the Fort Wayne Comets hockey team. Mrs. Leah McLean, Director and owner of the SIP and co-owner with her husband Andy of Shooter's Tap Room and Kitchen. Mr. Darren Chappell, Director and the City Administrator for the City of Chillicothe, and an advisory board member for the State Missouri Main Street Connection. Mr. Bill Young, a Director and an Officer of Citizens Bank and Trust Company. Mr. Trent Miller, he's a Director and Attorney with the Chapman and Coward Law Firm. Mr. Brian Englert, Director and Vice President of Investors Community Bank. And Stacy Baker, a past President of Main Street Chillicothe and the Financial Officer with Woody's Van Dewitt. Thank you so much to the Board of Directors, because without your efforts, none of this would be possible. Our appreciation also goes to our sponsoring organization, the Chillicothe Development Corporation, for their support of Main Street Chillicothe over the years. Members of this Board of Directors are Steve Franke, Dave Copeland, Fred Simmer, Ed Milbank, Mike Turner, Bill Young, Lindy Chapman, Pat Thorne, and Rolf McCoy. Also, a huge thank you to our wonderful sponsors that believe in what Main Street Chillicothe does for our community. These sponsors include Hedrick Medical Center, Hy-Vee Food Stores, Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company, Hometown Pharmacy, Green Hills Communications, Citizens Bank and Trust Company, Investors Community Bank, Fairfield Inn and Suites, the City of Chillicothe, Livingston County, and Chillicothe Family Pharmacy. You are all truly appreciated. At this time, I would like to introduce our Executive Director, Pam Jardy.
Thank you, President Robertson. 2020 has been a difficult year for the whole world, but one thing that is proving true is that our Chillicothe downtown businesses have risen to the challenge to beat the odds. We've seen 2 new businesses open in the heart of COVID. They were Shooter's Tap Room and Kitchen, as well as Martin House Gifts on Main. Double T Mercantile moved from a different community to our district. 2 businesses moved out due to the business expanding, and 1 vacancy has already been filled. Salty Hippo Studio and Robertson Insurance Gallery took part in the Main Street Facade Grant and Upper Story Development Grant, with their completion being done in the middle of COVID. No business is closed, which we're fortunate about. Tax revenues have even seen an increase of 10%. Enhancements to the Kelly Polling Arts District continue to be done, and we have currently 26 murals around the community. COVID-19 has caused cancellations or adaptations to events, but our motto is, when life throws you a lemon, you make lemonade. The lemonade was made when we hosted some new events in order to bring traffic to our downtown businesses. April 30th, a downtown window shopping event was held, and we had 13 participating merchants. Windows showed products and their prices to people that would stroll past their windows while walking downtown, and that gave them an opportunity to look at what was available and also to make purchases and practice their social distancing. Then in May, we hosted a scaled-back version of our wine walk, and in June, we hosted a 2-day Shop Your Heart Out event. Most recently, Main Street, along with the Martin House Gifts on Main, hosted a 2-day Charm Crawl. And remember, this is all during the middle of COVID. Our biggest goal for Main Street is to become a great American Main Street. Our first award comes from the promotions category for customer service and will be presented by Amy Supple, Promotions Committee member.
Promotions is the selling of our image and the promise of Main Street to all. By marketing the district's unique characteristics to shoppers, investors, new businesses, and visitors, an effective promotion strategy can forge a positive image through advertising, retail promotion activity, special events, and marketing campaigns. Individual businesses can help to sell Main Street's image when customers walk into their buildings. They can set the tone with their customer service, and this year's award recipient does just that. From the moment you step into their establishment, you are greeted with a smile and a warm welcome. The staff is willing to make sure that their customers are going to have a great experience, and it starts with that first smile and a warm hello, followed by unique food that you will only find at this business. Owners Brent and Lindsay Kepner and the entire staff at the Bogie Stone Cafe were amazing during the recent pandemic. They adapted quickly with their COVID prep precautions, including the placement of new benches outside their restaurant so that customers and staff could be kept safer. Bogie Stone is also #1 on TripAdvisor for Chillicothe, and their Facebook presence is consistently amazing. I am privileged to announce the 2020 Promotions Award for Customer Service goes to the Bogie Stone Cafe, Brent and Lindsay Kepner, owners, and the entire staff. Congratulations, Bogie Stone, from your friends at Main Street. At this time, I would like to introduce Leah McLean, board member of Main Street Chillicothe and a business owner downtown, as she presents the second award in the promotions category for Most Creative Promotion. Take it away, Leah.
Thank you, Amy. When we talk about being creative and staying in line with our promotion strategy, this business has been able to capture just that. From their name, the sign, the way they advertise, the bringing together of other vendors to help give choices to customers, they have been able to promote their self-image, which in turn is helping to promote the image of Main Street Chillicothe. When events are held downtown, the participants love what they see in this great shop. When you read about why Wendy opened the shop, you will understand why Wendy and the Charm Nook were chosen as the winner of the Creative Promotions Award. According to Wendy, I opened this store with one solid thing in mind: to offer a way for creative people who love their craft to share it with the world. Whether people do it all the time as an income or just for the love of it. After all, isn't dreaming, imagining, helping others in every way possible what it's all about? Bringing out the best in people, not the worst. It isn't just about the money at the Charm Nook. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm privileged to be able to present the 2020 Creative Promotions Award to Wendy Wilson, owner of the Charm Nook. Congratulations, Wendy. The next award will be from the design category and will be given by Steve Franke, Main Street board member.
Thank you, Leah. Today I'm presenting the Design Award. Design is the second of the 4 points that govern Main Street. Good design is essential to all aspects of the downtown revitalization. And the Main Street philosophy is not just preservation, but one that seeks to utilize and enhance the elements of design that remain in the building. This year's winner searched the area for buildings that would be both a business and a downtown home. In the end, she chose a building in the center of a block that has 3 levels of usable space. The recipient of this year's Facade Renovation Award undertook a huge task when purchasing this particular building. There were falling ceilings, decades worth of plaster. This renovation definitely has impact, and the choice of the color schemes give it a wow factor in our downtown. And it fits the name and the vibe of this business perfectly. The creative vision is realized with a unique, clean, and up-to-date building, remaining true to the historical architectural bones of the structure. The vision of having a garage door opening which allows a flow of sunlight from inside to outside is fun and refreshing, and people who walk by or drive by love it when it's open. Announcing this award winner is special for me, as the facade renovation goes way beyond the front of the building. It's also special as the person who bought the property is returning home from New York. There's also some special ties as her parents live here, and her dad was one of the first Main Street's directors. It is with great pride and pleasure that I present the 2020 Facade Renovation Award to Amy Jackson, owner of the Salty Hippo Studio. Amy, we're glad you came home. Presenting the next award is Ann Whiteside.
Thank you, Steve. I am honored to be able to present this next award in the design category to a building owner who purchased a building on Locust Street after a lifelong friendship and friendships made along the way, which led this nominee to not only make this a business purchase, but the preservation of a life well lived. When you lose a business person that brought such wonderful color and art to the Main Street community, there was a large void created. That is what the Kelly Polling Arts District felt when there was no longer someone in the original Artworks by Kelly Gallery building. Ed Robertson of Robertson Insurance Services worked with Angela Polling to preserve the works that Kelly had hoped to always share of his own in a gallery setting, in addition to the Town of Vision murals. Through a full renovation of the first floor, the space has the feeling of an art gallery displaying numerous works by Kelly. The space will be used by private events by the insurance agency, aka Insurance Gallery, and allow for Main Street Chillicothe to include these works as a stop on the mural tour for groups. The second floor has just been completed and offers an additional space not only for gatherings, but for overnight guests as well. The vision Kelly had for this space has become a reality. One of the early murals that Kelly completed was of the Robertson Motor Company circa 1930s. The mural was heavily damaged during a storm, and the remaining pieces were removed from its location. Through the assistance of Angela Polling and Scott Rule, this mural has now been resurrected and is permanently housed on the second floor. Ed Robertson has taken his love for Chillicothe and the Polling Arts District, as well as the Polling family, and created a space for business, pleasure, and the preservation of one of Chillicothe's treasures, Kelly Polling. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2020 appropriate redesign of the design category is awarded to Mr. Ed Robertson and Robertson Insurance Gallery. Congratulations, Ed. It is a beautiful space and well-deserved. The next design award will be given by Eric Sensenik. Eric?
Thank you so much, Ann. The third award in the design category is for Best Window Display. Have you ever been strolling around Main Street and while passing by a window cause you to stop and say, "Wow, that is so pretty," or "I would love to have that, so I think I'll step inside"? Window displays are the fine art of displaying store merchandise in the store window. Retailers have recognized the importance of window displays as the first point of contact between the store and the customer, and that what they display and how it is displayed creates the most critical first impression on the customer. This business has been able to showcase their products and services to people near and far, coming from surrounding areas in different states. The displays have been used as a marketing tool, helping to turn passerbyers into paying customers. This merchant has also used lighting to ensure that what she has in her windows can be viewed 24 hours a day. Matching displays and having appropriate lighting have assured Country Corner Craft and Antique Mall that wow factor. The winner of the 2020 Design Award for Best Window Display goes to Nancy and Tony Figg of Country Corner Craft and Antique Mall. Congratulations. And now Mr. Robertson will present the next award.
Thank you, Eric. Organization is one of the 4-point approaches that govern Main Street functions. The Main Street organization approach to downtown revitalization requires the effort of the entire community. The merchants, property owners, local government officials, and civic leaders must all agree to support common goals for revitalization and join together in partnership. This is exactly what the recipient of this award that I am presenting has done and continues to provide. This person also extends his friendship to so many people in Chillicothe, Kansas City, and across the nation through his extensive corporate board leadership roles. But his heart remains true to Chillicothe, especially downtown Chillicothe, where his actions are the definition of what a downtown supporter is and should be. I've had the privilege of knowing this person my entire life, which now has become a lengthy amount of time. He left Chillicothe to attend college in the East, followed by further education in England. Never did he intend to return to Chillicothe, where his family had been in business and owned numerous downtown and other commercial properties. But fate would change his statement, where he says he has no intention of coming back to Chillicothe, when his father called and told him he needed to return home only for a short time. As the story has shown, the short time is still in progress, and the community of Chillicothe has been blessed by that fateful summons. Our recipient of this award owns multiple downtown buildings within the Main Street Chillicothe Historic District. He continues to support and promote the economic vitality of downtown Chillicothe through his generous gifts of time and financial resources, serving on the board of directors of the Chillicothe Development Corporation, Main Street Chillicothe, Investors Community Bank, Chillicothe Education Foundation, and other groups. The list goes on and on. As life speeds by, we often see later years as a time of retirement and not giving time for organizations. But not this person. He speeds ahead, as he always has, since returning to Chillicothe many years ago. When you visit with the award winner, you will notice that he is always forward-thinking, open to change and innovative ideas, and bringing ideas from his travels that could make Chillicothe even more progressive. He will tell you that he is just someone who feeds livestock. But we all know that Ed Milbank and Milbank Mills is an icon, especially in the area of economic growth for this community. Often his works are without fanfare, or not viewed in the public eye, which is exactly as he would wish. But the organizations he is involved in will tell you that Ed Milbank rarely says no to a request for assistance if it is for the betterment of the community. Yes, Chillicothe is fortunate that Palmer Milbank summoned his son Ed home for a short period of time to help at the mill, only to have him remain and continue to be such an active member of Main Street and the city of Chillicothe. It is my sincere privilege to present the 2020 Downtown Supporter Award to Mr. Edward P. Milbank. Congratulations, Ed. The next presentation in the Organization Award category will be presented by Haley Heldenbrand.
Thank you, President Robertson. The recipient of the organization category for being a gracious donor is very deserving of this award. In 2019, plans had already been set in motion for a building owner and this business owner to bring something new to the downtown area. A building was decided upon and the work began. The opening date had originally been set for the beginning of 2020. However, unforeseen setbacks did not allow for the new company to open until the end of March. April found them in the middle of the COVID-19 outbreak, where owners were scrambling to adjust to the new normal while staying in compliance with health regulations set by the state and the city of Chillicothe. The community came to the aid of small-town businesses during this time. Curbside and carry-out practices became the norm, while there was no dining inside allowed. This proved to be very successful. The owners are both caring and helpful individuals who came up with Takeout Tuesday, where part of the proceeds raised were paid forward to downtown businesses that needed extra help. Generosity and kindness do not go unnoticed, as the winners of the 2020 Gracious Donors Award goes to Leah and Andy McLean, owners of Shooter's Tap Room and Kitchen. Congratulations. Mr. Ed Douglas will now present the Volunteer of the Year Award.
Thank you, Haley. Unsung heroes are found in every organization, whether big or small. They're the individuals who are willing to help in whatever capacity, whether it's involves setup, cleanup after an event, or volunteering on a committee, and they rarely say no. Reliability is very important to groups when planning and needing things done. Unsung heroes would prefer not to be in the limelight, as they are the doers of an organization, and without them, things would not happen. When committing to a task, our hero sees a project from start to finish and wants to see it done correctly. The volunteering efforts of this individual is not exclusive just to Main Street, but to various other organizations throughout the community of Chillicothe. He works hard at wanting to make his community in which he lives the best it can be. This is an individual who gives great advice and suggestions that helps Main Street to be the best they too can be. The input that our nominee gives to the Main Street organization has been invaluable. Our recipient does not wait to be asked to help on a project or event, but extends the offer first and is willing to do whatever is needed. He's just a nice guy. Main Street Chillicothe is happy to present the 2020 Volunteer Year Award to Mr. Chuck Erkey. Congratulations, Chuck. This time I'd like to introduce Brian Englert, who will make the presentation of the Long-Standing Downtown Business Award.
Long-standing businesses have withstood the test of time by adapting to change and adapting to their customers' needs and wants are. Also being able to make adjustments in times that have become so uncertain, such as what we are dealing with currently with COVID-19 virus. Though not always easy, these retailers have said that failure is not an option. This is where their adaptability and flexibility have come into play, and our award recipient is no exception. The business was purchased in 1974 from existing owners that had the Browns for him and her clothing store. After the purchase, James and Marcia Beamer continued providing quality clothing for both men and women. Marcia ran the her part while James took care of the clothing needs for men, before closing the women's section down and just having the men's store. The tradition of Beamer's men's apparel continued on when in 2017, Randy Brammer purchased the business from Marcia. Still to this day, Randy is meeting the needs of his customers. He continues with the selling of letter jackets so that this part of his business does not go out of town. His attention to detail and selection of clothing is a pride factor for Randy. Retention of longtime employees, Nancy and Pam, was also important to Randy. Next up is Darren Chappell, who will be presenting the award for the new business of 2020.
The growth of various main streets in America are dependent not only upon the various merchants and the length of their service, but also new business as well. It is vital that new businesses are able to be located in main streets. In fact, various analytics have shown that downtowns can maintain the various economic strength by diversifying not only retail and non-retail businesses, but also long-time versus new businesses as well. Chillicothe has been blessed to have a downtown that businesses want to relocate to, and we're very, very thankful for all of the partners that we have in the downtown area. And it's allowed us to grow from a 24% vacancy, which was once seen at the downtown in Chillicothe, to the current 3% vacancy. And so we can see that what's been done is definitely working. There are several reasons why an individual might want to relocate a business to downtown Chillicothe. Exposure. We're on US 65, which is one of the premier north-south highways across the United States. It is attractive storefronts that we have in our historic downtown that we try to maintain and make available for everyone to be able to enjoy. It's a clean area. We take great pride in our city, and our street crews do an outstanding job in making sure that our downtown is kept pristine. It is a community as a whole here in Chillicothe that offers a lot of amenities, and so the downtown area offers a variety of shopping opportunities and experiences and provides for an individual to be able to come and park once and have many different experiences and shopping opportunities throughout the area. Rent prices are more affordable downtown, and we see that many of our property owners are more than willing to work trying to bring new businesses into the area, making it economically advantageous. And there's also the uniqueness of various shops downtown. We have some that you just don't find anywhere else. We don't see the box stores, but we see individuals with that entrepreneurial spirit who have taken on the opportunity to provide goods and services to this wonderful community. These are some of the reasons why the recipient of the award chosen for this particular award has been selected. It is simply because of their entrepreneurial spirit and the way in which they've enhanced our downtown. They've brought to us another opportunity to shop downtown, but it's also one that's a great fit to the overall community of the downtown area and to the community of Chillicothe at large. We're very, very pleased that they've located downtown, and we're thankful for their continued participation in the growth of our economic community. The 2020 recipient of the Economic Vitality category for a new business is Martin House Gifts on Main. Congratulations to Jeanette and Steve Voorhees.
The Chuck Haney Cooperative Spirit Award was started in 2018 after the passing of the late Mayor Chuck Haney, who was a definite champion for the community of Chillicothe. Each year, we honor a business or businesses who exemplify the meaning behind the award. Because of COVID-19, people were losing jobs, businesses were closing, and the economy was in crisis. Congress saw the need to do something for its people and allocated $150 billion to be sent to states that were entrusted with handing down the allocation based on the population to county governments. Livingston County received approximately $1.8 million. They were then tasked with how to spend this money before December 30th. Out of forming an oversight committee and subcommittees who met with various agencies, the Livingston County CARES Act came into being. Downtown merchants were some of the many recipients, as well as Main Street, of these funds. For without these funds, doors may have shut for good. Livingston County could have kept the money or even let it go back to the federal government, for which there has only been a quarter of the $150 billion spent. I am so proud to say that I live in a county such as Livingston County and the city of Chillicothe that cares for its people and address the needs of its people. It gives me great honor to present the 2020 Chuck Haney Cooperative Spirit Award to Ed Douglas and Livingston County CARES Act Committee. Congratulations, Livingston County. This is the end of our awards ceremony tonight, and we want to congratulate our winners, but most of all, we want to say thank you to everyone that helps make the Main Street organization what it is today. Good evening.